So before we begin, just look at your watch. What does it tell you? It tells you time. Similarly, the purpose of the tenses is to tell you time. Tense will always tell you time, and time can be of three types. You may get surprised here that time is also having types. But yes, there are three types of times. Let me tell you. The first type of time is which talks about something which has already happened, which has happened in past. So we call it past tense. Now the other type of tense is what is happening currently. So the second type is present tense, and the third one is your future, which is unknown and unseen. So yes, like this we have three types of time zones. One is your past, the other one is your present, and the third one is the future tense. So do not forget that there are three types of tenses. Now that you're aware what are tenses, let us move on to another important word, which is verbs. Now a lot of people get confused between verbs and tenses, because the thing is there is a relationship between verb and tenses. Verbs tell you the tense. Verbs are used to design a sentence in a certain way that if you look at the verb, if you look at the structure of that sentence, you'll be able to know the tense. Basically, in simple terms, verb refers to action. Mostly it refers to action, but to go in detail, if we go in detail, verbs, they have three major functions. One is to talk about some kind of action which is taking place, and then the verb talks about belongingness. What belongs to what person? Possession. And thirdly, it talks about state of being. In what kind of state something is. So these are the three functions of verb in English language: to talk about actions, belongings, and state of being. Now these things can be in present. These actions can be happening in present, maybe in future or in past. It can happen in any of these three tenses. So that is why verb is very important when we are talking about tenses. It will help you to tell the tense in a correct way. So let's understand it a bit more. See, this is a table which will tell you the relationship between the tenses and verbs. These terms are often used interchangeably. Why? Because they are confusing. People think that verb and tense are the same thing, but no. Verb is something that is used to denote the kind of time. Whatever type of time we are trying to talk about, it will be shown using the verb in the sentence. So see, I have already told you that there are three types of tenses: past tense, present tense, and future tense, that you already know. Now the actions which are already happened in the past are the verbs of past tense. For example, if I say I walked, I ate, or I cooked, all these actions, the actions in the past tense, the verb which we will use will denote the actions which must have happened in the past. The verb of a past tense will help us to talk about past tense, as that action must have happened in the past. Like the action of cooking, if it is already happened in the past, we'll say cooked. If I've already Walked, I'll say walked. Ate. All these are V2. That is the second form of verb. Yes. Now same for present tense. If the action is happening right now, currently, in the moment it is happening, then it is present tense. And if the action will happen in coming future, then it is future tense. See, all the actions have been kept in the box of verb because these actions are verb. The verb denote actions only. And using those correct verbs, we can correctly form a sentence which will talk about either past tense or present or future.